Hey guys, so today I want to make a video about plantar fasciitis. Now, plantar fasciitis, I've actually had this in my late 30s. I was running with a great many clients back to back as part of their training session. And I was always taught back in school that it was too much, too soon, too fast. An itis at the end of anything is inflammation of. But recent research has shown that it's actually the opposite. And I discovered this myself by how I worked on recovering from it. So I'm going to share with you today 3 easy things that you should be doing to help your plantar fasciitis and also the root cause of it. And as it turns out, this research paper talks not about an inflammation of this tendon sheath, that's the plantar fascia. So if my hand is my foot, the plantar fascia runs the bottom of the foot. Has nothing to do with inflammation, but has to do with a blood flow limitation that's caused by bad biomechanics, bad footwear, bad position of the big toe. So for today's video, this finger is going to represent my big toe. In general, most of our shoes, if I take off my shoe right now, my old Sportiva, we all have heels, right? That heel allows us to propel forward and makes it efficient for running. However, it is a curse for the big toe. Abduction is the problem that we're talking about here. So if this is my big toe, it's being forced inward because it's on a heel. The feet are being forced down into the toe box, the front of the shoe, and that big toe wants to roll, to be pushed inward into the other toes, which we call abduction. Now, abduction can create problems in the big toe, but it can also create a problem for the plantar fascia because it limits blood flow to the bottom of the foot. And so the research study showed that it was more related to that. And when I was running, I realized that the anti-inflammatories, the Motrin I was taking, the ice, didn't seem to do anything. What seemed to do better was classic rehabilitation, understanding position of my big toe, comfort in my shoe. I'm widening the toe box. So the 3 things are: 1, get a shoe with a bigger toe box to make sure that you have space and make sure that you're not getting that pressure. Also, 2nd, drop the footwear. Make sure you're not in too high a heel. If you're in a big pair of Hokas and you're still feeling compressed, the shoe's too small and it's driving it in there, chances are it's really impeding your ability to recover and gonna impact the position of that toe long term. Now, when that toe stays inward in that abduction, it's going to start creating contractures along certain muscles. And in general, shoes are like foot coffins. We slide our feet into tennis shoes and into shoes at such a young age. We lose function and ability of our feet. You could see it in an infant. An infant can really spread their toes, curl them. The foot is pliable and we lose that ability. So that leads me to the 3rd thing, right? So we talked about footwear, rehabilitative exercise, and MFR. The footwear, wide toe box. Number 2, the rehab exercise is actually quite simple. Practice separating and opening your toes and seeing if you can improve that. But then a lot of people will say, Coach, I can't do any of that. That's where myofascial release and self-massaging techniques can help you tremendously. You can either get in there with your hand and your finger and work on that arch to decrease pressure, flex and extend the big toe to try to bring it and relax those contractures that might have developed over time. Or you can actually just put your foot on top of a tennis ball, rub it back and forth along that medial arch of the foot to help solve your plantar fasciitis.